personality like this come through. Even though we're all very different individuals, he's very different. Do you understand it? And I feel like I want to say, tell me more about your life because he's so different. Do you understand? Yeah. He has a lot of pride, though. He has a lot of pride. But I think it's pride in you. Because he just makes me say, I want her to enjoy her life. I want her to know that I have pride in her. Meaning it's just his way of saying that he's proud of you. And he says, with everybody that she's lost and everything that she's been through, it's nice to see that she handles herself the way she does. Do you understand that? Meaning he's saying that you've held up really strongly over all of this. And it's his way of saying that he's proud of you. He said, I don't want to put it as if I am saying it's a good thing for her, because it can be and it can't be. Because I also see sometimes how she doesn't allow herself to feel certain things. Do you understand it? So it's his way of saying to you that it's okay for you to allow yourself to feel some of the things that you haven't allowed yourself to feel yet. Do you know what I mean by that, honey? Yeah, that's what it is, okay? Yeah, he's gonna start to go. Alright, here comes Smoker Man. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. I feel like his clothes smelled like smoke. The house smelled like... Do you understand it? Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's like I want to put the cigarettes right here in my pocket.
Oh my God.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's what, it's a father energy. Okay, this is the man that was making me feel the smoke. I want to put the... I feel like there's a pocket right here, and this is where I carry them. He said, tell her I'm smoking one right now. Never had anyone say that or do that. I'm like, okay, I get it now. It's so funny. I feel like I want to walk in the front door of his house and it smells like smoke and all his clothing smells like smoke. He said I was lucky some days that, he said there was days I had to stop myself at 3 packs. Do you understand it? You didn't know he smoked that much, did you? Okay. This doesn't have to mean over a period of years. It could just mean him validating why I'm having the attachment so strongly, because at one point in his life, that's how much he smoked. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is. And he makes me feel like it's longevity. Like he smoked for a long time. This caused complications with his lungs a little bit, because he's just showing me that they turn just a little bit of gray and black. Sometimes it's just wear and tear on lungs from someone smoking. Sometimes it's them trying to validate some kind of health complication. I feel like it's just wear and tear. Do you understand? Perfect. Good. So it's just his way of saying, he's like, it didn't take me and that's good. Do you understand it? Yeah. Perfect. Meaning there's another health issue, and he said, all those people talk about how you shouldn't smoke and you shouldn't eat this and you shouldn't eat that. I lived my life however I wanted to, and it didn't harm me one bit. So he's like, this is all it did to my lungs. Do you understand it? He's a mess. This is him. It's his personality. It's hysterical. So I'm just repeating what he's given to me. Do you understand? It's so funny the way he is. It's so funny. Oh my goodness. Hard worker though. Like, he makes my hands dirty, and that's how I know it's physical labor. Do you understand it? And he's doing this, and that's how I know that there's physical labor, number one, but that he worked really hard in his life. Okay, what's with the 2x4s? He keeps saying, talk about what I built, but I know he doesn't do construction. I'm going to leave it for a minute, because that could mean a project he was working on around the house before he passed that never got finished. It can mean anything, so I'm going to leave it. Sometimes it can be repairs around the house. Sometimes it could be them building something, and it might be something from childhood that you don't remember. So I'm going to leave it, because that could be a tree house, a dollhouse, whatever. I'm just going to leave it, okay? I feel like I want to do repairs around the house, so it just means there might be something he started that you didn't know. Did you still visit him, but didn't see him all the time? He's saying to me I wish I would have had a better connection with her and spent more time with her. That's why I'm asking. Because that's the sentence he's saying to me. Do you understand it? And that can mean about the location, or it can just be about the busy schedules through life. Do you understand it? Good. Because it's just the statement that he's saying to me. What's his fascination with music? All I keep hearing is all this music playing behind him. Huh? Oh my gosh. I'm like, what is this song? Because I can't make it out. Huh? You thought out? Okay. Do you understand it? Okay. Because as he starts to step forward, all I can hear is all this loud music behind him. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like really old Hank Williams country. He played that all the time? That's what it is. He's making me sing a song. And it's not a good one like, oh, happy day. Was he a drinker? I'm just asking because I keep hearing beer, but I think it's part of the song, so I'm going to wait. There's a tear in my beer. Do you recognize that? Was that his favorite song or one of his favorites? Did he constantly play that song? As he steps forward, all I hear is that song, and I'm like, what is this? Do you recognize it?
Yeah. When I was little and all, they would all get together for their little parties, and they played that kind of music all the time. So quite frankly, that song drives me crazy.
Again, another way he picks one. Do you remember him constantly playing that as a child?
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Like
I still listen to it. One of my favorites. I'm like, what is this? And he's like singing to me, a tear in my beer, and I'm like, what? Okay. I like country music, but there's only so much I know of it. And when I was growing up, I didn't like it at all. Then in the 90s, I'm dating myself. When I got into the 90s and I was in college and I listened to more like alternative type stuff, you know, like Violent Femmes and They Might Be Giants and stuff like that. Then I started to listen to like Vince Gill and Mary Chapin Carpenter, and I was like, oh, okay, I think I can handle this. And Garth Brooks, and you know, when all that was like big back then in the 90s, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I don't really know very much about the older style of country because it's nothing I've ever really listened to, okay? So all of a sudden, I feel like I want to say that that's the singer he's talking to me about. I know it's one of his favorites, and it's almost like he's putting it on the record player a little bit. Do you understand it? Was this the record player? Yeah. Because he made me feel like I wanted to walk over to the record player. I could start to see it spinning. I could feel the needle actually being placed, and I could hear the needle hitting the record player. And then I could hear the song start to sing, and I'm like, what is this? And then he's like, it's a tear in my beer. And I'm like, all right. It's a mess. It's just his way of making me feel his personality and just some of the things that he enjoyed in his life. He's saying to me, I worked really hard, and in my downtime I like to enjoy myself. And I had a lot of really great friends that I like to enjoy my time with. Do you understand it? That's what it's about. He said, but nothing will ever compare to my children. Do you understand it? Good. He said, tell my daughter that I love her. What's with the career path changing? Because he's showing me the crossroads and he goes, I need to talk about her career path change. Do you understand it? Okay. So whether that's something that just happened or whether it's something you're thinking, it's his way of giving the support and the decision. Do you understand it? You feel like it was the right thing or it's the right thing to do? Okay. Okay. Is he saying to me, she's still back and forth in her mind a little? Do you understand it? Mm-hmm. Okay. You just need to watch the signs and try to just pay attention a little bit to his guidance, because he's trying to guide you through all of it. It's just his way, like her dad said earlier, his way of just guiding the path for you. His acknowledgement where I feel like I'm standing at the crossroads and he keeps saying career path and I feel like I'm headed down the career path. His way of acknowledging that there's a shift in it. Do you understand? And that you're on the right track as to where you're going and where you've come from so far, that the switch is actually going to be a good thing for you. Do you understand? And it's his way of giving you that guidance and the support for the decision as well. Do you understand? Perfect. So, good. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, it's nursing, or it's this, or it's that, like earlier when I got the veterinary stuff down there. But not always. Sometimes it's just a general statement. Because he makes me feel like you haven't fully, completely committed. Do you understand? So it's just this way of giving you support, and that he's going to be guiding you along the way. Good. Wonderful. I can see the peaceful wings in front of both their chests. There's a grandmother energy here, but she never stepped in. And I know there was a really strong, almost like maternal energy. Do you understand it? Is that the aunt energy? Yeah. She gave some of her energy to your brother so you could have a little bit of time with him. She needs to know how much I love her. She said she was very, very special to me, and she knows that I saw her like a daughter as well. Do you understand it? Tell her I just want her life to be joyful, and I just want her to be happy. And it means a lot for me to see that she continues to smile, even though we're all not there with her. Do you understand? Good. So she just wanted you to have that little extra time with your brother. And like I said, in these groups, I don't even touch the surface with what they give me in a smaller setting, but I only sometimes just have a few minutes with them. So they did a really great job. Your dad just said, I love you. I just heard her say, I love you. I could hear her voice clear as day. Again, she took her younger form. She said, if I can choose to be young, why wouldn't I? I'm just repeating her words, honey. Do you understand it? Okay, perfect. Good. Yeah, they're starting to go. So much more I know they wanted to say, but they just wanted you to have that little bit of time with, what it is if you lost, like I said, you've lost so many people at such a young age. I feel like I could have spent like the whole 4 hours just with you. Just them talking about anything and everything. Do you understand it? Yeah. Because I didn't touch the surface with your brother. I didn't touch the surface with your dad. And I never even got to this grandmother energy that wanted to talk, or the aunt that's like a mom. Yeah. But again, they gave the support for your brother, which is wonderful. All right, they're starting to step out. I'm going to come down here for this parent energy, and then we'll see where it goes. Because my guide said we might have time for 2 more. So